the 5 biggest mistakes new setters make and how to avoid them. So my name is Tennis Sajo. For those that don't know me, I'm a full-time remote appointment setter, and these have been my results. In August 2025, I made a little bit over $3,000 on in August, and these have been my results as a setter closer. And in this video, I'm going to cover a little bit of what are the top 5 biggest mistakes new setters make and how you can avoid them. So tracking data, copy paste mechanisms, storage science, unqualified leads, quitting too soon, and also how to beat 90% of your competition. So here's the thing. When it comes to being an appointment setter, depending what kind of appointment setter you are, whether you are an inbound appointment setter like I am, whether you send DMs, whether you call people on a spreadsheet, you need to track the data. So here's what you need to improve when it comes to data. How many DMs you've sent, how many set calls you booked if it's inbound, how many replied for those DMs, and how many people are being booked into your calendar or to the sales closers calendar. Okay, so these are very, very important data. And also, one thing I forgot to add here is how much outreach are you doing if you're doing outreach? Okay, and also how much time does it take for you to do, let's say, 100 DMs? It's very, very important to track down how much time does it take, because with time you can become more efficient, be better, and also save you more time while you do the same repetitions. So copy and paste mechanism. This is something that applies mostly to DM setting, or maybe you are a cold caller. So these are something that you want to improve. So as a DM setter who spams, hey, we help coaches book more calls. This sounds very, very desperate. It sounds robotic. It sounds ungenuine, and you're not going to get a lot of results from that. So here's what I personally recommend if you are a DM setter and sending out DMs. Okay, say, hey, what's up? Name. So you're interested in XYZ. I actually put together a free training. You need to emphasize the free training or free guide or whatever that is on how do I do X with X. So if you're in real estate, on how do I get more listings in my business. Okay, so if you're in marketing agency, how to get more leads with this system, or how to get more leads that also show up in about 90% close. So would you mind if I send that over? So this is very plain, this is simple. This has been proven to me, and from what I've seen other people, that's been working quite well. It's direct to the point. You're not messing around. So show it science. Now, once we get them from being a positive reply, how to, and then book them into our calendar, how to make sure that you increase the show rates. And trust me on this, I know the difficulties and the hurdles when it comes to increasing your show rates. I've been personally going through that myself. So booking calls is half the job. Actually getting them to show up is where the money is. Okay. So here's what I personally recommend when it comes to confirmations, and also make sure to increase show rate. So as soon as somebody books in, so let's say in this scenario, you have an inbound setting where the company run ads to your calendar as a setter, and you have to triage and send them into a sales call, which is a 2 close call scenario. You have to call them as soon as possible. So you should see that calendar, that invitation on your calendar. Okay. Now, day before confirmations is very, very important. What I always do is either call them or send them a voice note, and morning of confirmations as well. Okay. So one tip I would personally give out for this particular thing is I would just keep all the communications in one channel. What do I mean? If you're sending SMS, just send only SMS. Okay. If you're sending just emails, just send it through emails. Don't confuse people going back and forth with SMS and emails and all the then vice versa. Now, unqualified leads, you need to make sure that you're talking to the right people in the first place, because if you don't, you're just wasting your time and their time. So here's a quick fix. When you qualify, let's say over a DM, are you currently open to investment opportunities and possibly helping you grow your business? Now, this is not the only qualification process. Depending on your company, also depending on the product that you're selling, there's so many different ways to qualify somebody over a DM before you book an appointment, just to make sure that you're talking to the right person, but also solving the right issue, the right problem for them. And this is where the money are made, and when you solve more problems to the right individuals. Okay. Now, quitting too soon, this is something that I see so often. The only thing that stops you from making 1, 2, 3, 10, 15,000 is not how to get started, but not quitting too soon, because you have this false idea you're gonna live in Dubai, you're gonna live in Thailand and travel the world. I mean, this is realistic for some people, yes, but at the end of the day, it's a real business, and you are your own CEO inside of that company. So if you can't even convince yourself to stay for 90 days and not just 9 days, then this is an issue, and you're not gonna go way too far in this career. So play long term, don't play short term. That's my goal. So how to beat 90% of your competition. This is a pro tip that I recommend people to do, especially when they don't have enough experience, or maybe they've been in the sales industry but not in the remote space. So here's one exercise that you can do, anybody can do, and to increase your results. So show up every time, every day, on time. Set your own challenge for 30 days. Do one task and show up and do that one task for 30 days. You'd be surprised how many people are not going to do that even for 30 days for themselves, let alone working for another business. Okay? Be consistent. Improve one thing a day. Don't improve everything trying to confuse yourself, because you chances are you're going to give up. Just improve one thing a day. Keep track of your data and then do it again tomorrow. So day one is every day, okay? Until it's day 99. So this is important, because if you're not going to even do the basic stuff, how do you expect other people to keep you accountable and you make that much money? Because you're not going to make that much money. I'm telling you right now, especially if you don't have this attitude of work ethic to actually show up for yourself. So this is the top 5 biggest mistakes a lot of sellers make in the remote selling environment. So if you find this useful, I'm just going to leave another video here so you can go and watch.